Tried to go to sleep and couldn't shut my eyes. What is happening? Is this a surprise? I don't want this at all. Can't take this at all. This is not for me. I wish I was in a dream cycle. I wish I had a sweet dream. I wish I could ignore the pain from the outside world. I'm supposed to be sleeping, so sleepless, drifting in and out of this mindset, slip into the unknown, slip into the unknown. Yeah, I have insomnia. Insomnia. I have insomnia. I have insomnia. Insomnia. I have insomnia. Good night to this bad dream. Good night to the things that I did wrong. And good night to those people that caused me harm. And good night to the monsters that scared me. Only me. Did I do this to myself, or was there other things in play? It's complicated. Yeah. So sleepless, drifting in and out of this mindset, slip into the unknown, slip into the unknown. Yeah, I have insomnia. Insomnia. I have insomnia. I have insomnia. Insomnia. I have insomnia. Good night to the bad dream. Insomnia. I have insomnia. Put me back to insomnia. Insomnia. Good night to this bad dream.
Praise the Lord, everybody. This is Deacon William Hawks, also known as El Presidente, here at Gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM Atlantic City, where we have gospel. And yes, we're still spreading the gospel one song at a time. We want to thank God for all of our listeners who continue to pray for us and support us. Oftentimes, I'm walking down the street and someone asks, Deacon Hawks, El Presidente, I want to help. I want to get involved. I want to do my part. And they say, how can I do that? And I say, you know something? You can log on to our website and participate in our 8 for 88.7. That's right, 8 for 88.7. That's where we ask you to get involved, and you can support us by just donating $8 a month. How do you do that? You just go to our website, www.wehavegospel.com, press the donate button, and just simply support us with $8 a month. It's that simple. Once again, just go to www.wehavegospel.com, click the donate button, and follow the instruction. There you go. It's as simple as that. And once again, we thank you from all of us here at Gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM, where we have gospel and where we're spreading the gospel one song at a time. God bless you.
You're not flesh and bone, are not weak or slow. You're everything brave and bold, and you're fighting for us. You are not distant and cold. Your heart's not angry and closed. And even in ways we don't know, you're fighting for us. You won't hold back when it comes to your children. You fiercely defend us till we stand delivered. You're fighting for us, always fighting for us. You never close your eyes. You've never been surprised. Whatever war may rise, you're fighting for us. You move with holy rage in all your miraculous ways. We simply stand here amazed, 'cause you're fighting for us. You won't hold back when it comes to your children. You fiercely defend us till we stand delivered. You're fighting for us, always fighting for us. You won't back down facing armies of thousands. You speak one word and they scatter around us. You're fighting for us, always fighting for us. How great the love, the furious love of the one true Father. How great the love, the conquering love of the one true Father.
Gospel 88.7 WEHA. It's more than music. It's ministry.
Hey, JP, baby Dub.
Yes, sir. Everywhere I go, I take my Jesus with me. Everywhere I go, I take my Jesus with me.
That feel real good.
Everywhere I get my Jesus right with me.
That feel real good.
I spend winning every time.
Let's go.
Hey, this is Lisa Thomas Sell and Julie Farmer. We are back live once again. WEHA listeners.
Yes.
We ready. I'm just saying, I'm just so pumped up. If you ain't get excited about that song, we got that. We got the victory. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Having the victory over our lives. Proclaim it as it is done. Accept it as it is, so that you can be the productive, I don't know what I was going to say, productive spirit in this world.
Amen.
That's what we're going to talk about today. Listen, I just flow with this thing, and things just come through, and they flow through, and that's how we're going to do it today. We're just going to flow with it as it comes through. So I am super excited about today, and all that's going to unveil as we go forth throughout this day. I'm just excited. I'm excited. Are you excited? I don't care what the conditions are outside. I don't care if it's raining outside. Listen, you woke up today. You are able to see the rain. If you got eyes to see, just be grateful for the eyes that we have to be able to envision and see the rain falling down. We can see the clouds stemming. Like, if you can walk today, like, be grateful for the feet that we have that takes us on our path and on our way of walking. Like, thank God for all that we have. Like, being grateful, no matter, I know a gentleman that's a YouTube sensation. He has no arms, no legs. And listen, he is just as excited about life as life is life.
That's right.
So it doesn't matter what you have or have not. Sometimes it's about counting the blessings and being grateful for all that we have and what we have and just celebrating that thing.
Well, I'm ready to celebrate.
You ready to celebrate,
I'm
Julie?
ready to celebrate.
Let's
I'm
do
ready to
this thing.
celebrate every morning that I wake up.
All right.
So, before we get started, we got to reintroduce ourselves. We have to introduce ourselves every Thursday when we come on so y'all know who we are and why we're here. We are sponsored by the Atlantic City Municipal Alliance. That's JACATA, the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. We are the Atlantic City Municipal Community Awareness Program. The Atlantic City Community Awareness Program was created in 2018 to host workshops and trainings to bring information to the community concerning drug and alcohol prevention. Our goals are to provide programs that will decrease drug and alcohol use and abuse, to provide information to the community at large, and provide resources surrounding drug and alcohol facts and strongholds in our community. We are the Atlantic City Municipal Alliance coming through the Atlantic County Municipal Alliance. There are alliances all over. We have Pleasantville, Margate, Ventnor. You'll hear from them at another time. So if you want to be a part of a program and it's in your city, just reach out to us and we'll give you the information in the future.
That's right. That's right. And like, we're so grateful for this phenomenal opportunity. Like, we're blessed today to be able to be on the airwaves. Like, we're able to connect with people in ways in which we can never been able to connect before.
Yes.
We're online. Like, what technology, what great
Thank you,
technology
Tama.
we have to be able to go on the airwaves and talk about addiction and talk about wellness and talk about, like, how we can improve the quality of our own lives.
Yes.
And even talking about the interconnections between our health and our emotional instabilities. Like, that's one of those common features that we all have, is our emotions. So our emotions, how are they relinquished, or how are they faced or not faced? So many people will say, I just don't deal with that kind of stuff. I just don't talk about that kind of stuff. I just, it's under the rug. But is it under the rug? What rug is it under? We say these little cliches, we say these things, but like, really, what rug is it under? And most of the time, it's under your heart. That rug that's under your heart, or is laying dormant on your lining in your stomach. Like, it manifests itself, or you end up with high blood pressure. Most of the time, we was talking about this last week. Me and Julie was talking about how a lot of times people associate high blood pressure with salt.
Right.
But we don't look at high blood pressure in our inability to deal with our own anger. This is Black History Month. Like, we get to celebrate in Black history, right? And when I was thinking about Black history, and I was thinking about, wow, we most definitely have to acknowledge Black History Month. But when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about, wow, look at all those individuals who took a stance for some injustices, that decided, like, listen, I'm no longer going to be silent and stay silent in this. I want to stand up and I want to stand out. And so as a result, we're seeing the changes. We're experiencing the changes. People may say, well, we got so much further to go. Okay, but we started from somewhere.
That's right.
This thing has started from somewhere and it's going somewhere else. So, like, it's expanding. But the great thing that I've acknowledged and I'm starting to notice is that, what are we doing as an individual to love on us?
Well, we have to love on us because every day is a struggle. You have to love on yourself first, because there's a lot of folks out here that are not loving on you. And when you get in a situation where someone's, again, my word, poking at you or trying to decrease your height and trying to do all kinds of things, you better love you first so that you can battle back. Right. And a battle back is not to fight, it's not to fuss, it's just to give yourself strength.
Right.
It's to build yourself up. Okay, you say all of that, but I don't believe it. You say all of that, or you say what someone else heard, that's none of my business. I don't need to hear it, because right now I need to be empowered. So, we got to love on each other, love on ourselves, and keep it moving.
And that's the great gift of life. Like, when you're loving on yourself, then it makes you more, it assists you in being more capable of loving on others. But when and that goes with even, like, self-talk. Like, how are you talking to yourself? What are the things that you're saying about yourself when you make a mistake? Are you beating up yourself? Are you telling yourself, oh my God, look at you, you done messed up yet again. Oh my goodness, you done messed with this person yet again. You done did this yet again. Like, how do you love on you even through those times where you may feel like, oh, I didn't do this perfectly, but now Oh my goodness. Or other people are beating up on you and saying, "Oh, here you go again. And why are you doing that? And you should have did it this way." You know, like we're perfectly imperfect. And so how do you love on you? Like I love what you said, Julie. Like, yeah, people will poke, but people can only poke at what's in you. So if you already angry, or if you already have a set of principles, a set of values that are so stringent that you feel like, okay, this is how it has to be. And if you don't abide by what has to be, then you're going to stir up some stuff in me. But they only stir up in us what's in us, what's built up in there. And so the gift and even people stirring up some stuff in you is for you to recognize that, wow, that still affects me. Most of the time, what affects us from today has nothing to do with today.
No.
It has to do with yesteryears. Has to do with all the other stuff or all the other times. And, you know, when people did this or people did that to me. And I got a pile up of people did that to me. And I'm just going to guard myself from trusting people. And so if you show me a sense of that I shouldn't trust you, then it could be one little thing. But because so many other people from before have done things that wasn't trustworthy, then you done came along and did one thing. Now I don't trust you neither.
Oh, wow. We got a
Caller?
caller.
All right, all right.
Okay.
All right, you
Okay,
got
well,
a
what's the comment, please?
Love it.
Look at it. It popped up on the screen real fast.
Okay, so we're going to
We're gonna
take a
find out-
comment real quick.
We're going to find out what this comment is.
Oh, Mr. Hogs. Hi, ladies.
Hey!
Hi, Deacon Hawks.
Hey, Deacon Hawks.
Hopefully you'll be calling
Yes,
in
yes.
today. Early.
Yes.
Early.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
yes. So
It
we
was-
thank you. We thank you because, and I'm going to tell you, Deacon Hawks, like, it was because of the conversation that we let off with. I mean, we ended with last week. We talked about health and addiction, the rise of the opioid usage, even with the elderly community. You know, of all ages, the rise of opiate usage, you know, because they're being prescribed medication, and sometimes we don't recognize the symptoms. We just think it's, wow, I just don't feel good. You know, if you're accustomed to not feeling good, then you start taking this, and it don't even take a long period of time. I'm talking like a good week or two. If you're consistently taking this medication, even as prescribed, you can start feeling some of the side effects from that, even after you didn't even take it for like 2 or 3 days.
And sometimes some medications, even if you're still using, when you're just taking medications, you'll start feeling some kind of side effects. You'll start feeling belly aches. You'll start feeling headaches. And you have to understand and know your body. You know, I had a conversation with my daughter, and then thinking about when I was, you know, her age and even younger, even with birth control pills, you know, taking them and having hypertension and having headaches and not knowing and then not being able to take it at all. So some medications affect your body as you're taking them as prescribed, not even when you stop taking them. So we have to understand those things too.
And you got to ask questions. Like, you know, one of the platforms and one of the educational resources that we're going to be bringing to the community is about, you know, empowering each individual. You have to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask your doctors questions, and don't be afraid to not tell them everything that's going on, because everything, it can be something that you may think is very insignificant. It can be very, very significant. So it's being able to go in and ask questions. When I go to my doctor, I ask questions. And speaking of me going to doctors,
You know what?
I just want to give listeners an update because yes, in case anybody was wondering, yes, I went to the doctors. Yes, you know, and I'm even taking off tomorrow just to make sure I take care of a couple of other things. Got blood work, everything. So I'm going through the whole gamut of stuff, and you know, mammogram, everything. So
All those scary things.
yeah, and it's crazy. It's not even scary for me. It's just like, it's just part of what, just taking the time to make sure that, like, even though you pour into so many other people, you constantly want to pour, but you always got to remember, you got to relinquish yourself. You got to take care of yourself. You got to love on you. And you know, one of the great gifts, like even when Deacon Hawkins brought that up last week, and even like Miss Marks brought it up last week too. Like, it made me just really think about caring for myself. Like, I can give to so many people, but like making sure I give to, first and foremost, I got to give to me and love on me. So it's just that constant reminder of like the necessity of, and we all know, I know I'm not alone, so I'm not afraid of like being exposing it, because as a mom, as a grandmother, as all that, we play all these roles. As women, as men, whatever, we play all these roles, and we trying to be all these things, and then, but in all that stuff, we can lose ourselves. You have another comment for it?
Oh no, I'm just fine. I'm listening.
Okay. Yes. So it's really important, like, to be able to love on yourself and take care of yourself, and like I was talking about with this being Black History Month and caring for ourselves, and the gift of forgiveness, and the gift of acceptance, like, and how do you love on yourself? Like, most of the time people looking outside at somebody else, whether it's the government, whether it's the politicians, whoever, to care for us, when the responsibility to care for us lies within ourselves. You got to take care of yourself. Use the resources that's available to care for yourself, to love on yourself. Like, what is your morning routine looking like? How are you bringing in this day? Or did you wake up this morning and the first thing you grabbed was your cell phone to see who got shot today, and who died today, and who's not amongst the living? Or did you get up and pray? Did you get up and meditate? Did you get up and do something that's going to be conducive and supportive of your wellness?
Exactly.
So it's about just taking a look at ourselves individually before we look at ourselves collectively, because it starts off with the one person saying, "I'm gonna take a stance," and maybe that stance is to take one for yourself, and take a stance for your children, for your family. Like, I'm a love on me so I can love on the rest of my family. And then as I'm doing that for me, then I'm sending out those same vibrational energies, that energy of love, that energy of acceptance, that energy of forgiveness. Most of the time people think forgiveness is about letting somebody off the hook. Forgiveness is allowing myself to be released
You let
from
yourself out.
holding all that stuff in that no longer serves me.
Well, I'm so happy to be here again. I want to talk about the Atlantic City Municipal Alliance with Jakarta. And again, it's the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. We're going to cover a lot of different topics. We're going to be here for a little while to talk to you. And we would love to have you call in. You can go on our Facebook page, and that is AC Municipal Alliance. Our email account, acmunicipalalliance@gmail.com, or you can do Atlantic City Municipal Community Awareness Program. That's ACMC Awareness Program on Facebook, or you can call in the radio station. I'll let Lisa give you the information to talk to us, or leave a comment on We Have Gospel's Facebook page.
Yep.
We can be reached in so many different ways. This is our third session here, so we want to try to give you more information on who we are, but we're going to break it down, the subject matter. We're going to bring our guests in. Next week, we're going to have one of our programs. We cover a lot of programs, but I want to just highlight one for now, because we're going to bring Ms. Charmaine Gunter-Gary in. She is our Atlantic County Rites of Passage facilitator. Her program is, interesting enough, she said 2 parents came in to her program because they heard us on the radio. So this is working. She has her sessions every Tuesday at Second Baptist Church from 4:30 to 6:30. She has over 23 workshops. She covers a lot of things. And her program is more about prevention. She educates her kids on drug and alcohol. She has facilitators and speakers in almost every week to cover different topics: trauma, drug and alcohol use, how drug and alcohol affects the bodies, and the kids are tested, and at the end of it, she has a crossover. That's all I'm going to talk about, because she's going to come in and give you some more information. And then we'll go over the other programs later. I do want to talk about Turning Point Day Center for the Homeless. That is founded by Pastor Collins 8 Days of Second Baptist Church. He is the president of the board of directors. And the executive director over at Turning Point is Miss Betty Lewis. Turning Point Day Center is for the homeless, of course, and we have a lot of people who are homeless, but not helpless, not
That's-
hopeless.
that's right.
They go in there, they get meals, they get showers, they get a lot of different things. Tomorrow, Charmaine Gunter-Gary is going to be having a fish fry. So if you want to participate in that, you can look her up on Facebook, or I can give you the information for Turning Point Day Center. You can give them a call, 609-246-6080. Make your orders before 9 o'clock. They're going to be fish sandwiches, fish, coleslaw, amazing, and green beans. And all of the proceeds go towards Turning Point Day Center.
Awesome,
It
awesome.
goes towards the food supplies. It goes towards everything. Because everyone that goes in there, they're all volunteers. They're volunteers that love on the people that need just that. And the monies come from donations. The food comes from donations. So the fish fry will be able to provide some more funding for them to do a little bit more, to do other things that they need to do there.
That's right. That's right. So go out, listen, go out and support Turning Point. Like, it's a turning point. Like, a meal can make such a difference to somebody in their life. Like, not go in with an open heart. Keep a space within your heart of love, not judgment or critiquing what somebody's conditions, because statistics show that there are just as many people homeless based on because we live from paycheck to paycheck. Like, you might be just one paycheck
Paycheck away.
away from homelessness. So homelessness is not just oh yeah, they must have been using drugs and stuff. There's so many people I've known, and I've been one of those who've been homeless, but there's so many people that I've known that I have encountered that have been homeless based on the casinos
Closing down, exactly.
not and have gotten up in age and not able to get a job, or so many different situations. So open your heart and just give unto the Turning Point. Like, you're gonna get a fish fry out of it. You're gonna get a meal yourself. So they need that support. They need the support, and somebody may be homeless. Somebody may be in those conditions, and they just need a little love. Like, I always try to think of people as, how would I want my sons to be treated? How would I like my with somebody that I love, a daughter of mine or anybody? Like, how would I want them treated? So, like, when I see homeless people, and I remember my mom one time years ago, we encountered somebody that was homeless, and I was judging. I'm like, I ain't getting my money. They ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna go get a drink with it or whatever. And she's like, listen, if there's an opportunity for you to be of service to someone else, just be of service, not be the dictator of where that money's gonna go. Because it can just as might go to a meal. And so when I just give with an open heart, and just hope that money blesses that person's hands. So just be a giver. If you're a giver, give.
Give.
Yeah, just give freely.
So is your mom going to be calling in today?
Okay, Miss Marks is trying to. Okay, so just in case I didn't announce the call-in, I did say something about, Julie did mention it. So the number is 609-641-8870. We'll check the phone lines, because I know somebody did just text me. So if you see me online looking at my phone, that's what I'm looking at. Messages. He did text and said that they've been trying to reach in online, but some kind of way they're not able to get in on the line.
Hello, everybody. If you're trying to call in, again, 609-641-8870. And, we got a call right now.
Okay, it's working. Thank you. I am so silly. Y'all just gonna have all of me. Okay. All right. So, like, we just like we said, just go out and support. Like, this is Black History Month, and we want to celebrate all those men and women who currently, and even in the past, who have. We want to celebrate all those men and women who currently, and even in the past, who have been such a significant part of our growth, of our evolution, and even those who are ready to just take a stance and just saying like, I want to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Like we want to thank you, and even those who sometimes even part of the problem. We want to thank you because you being part of the problems offers us an opportunity to say we're going to take a stance. So like, I'm truly just grateful today for everything. So if I say I'm grateful, like please, I say it a whole lot. Like just know, I'm just so super excited. Like even though the conditions outside may be a little rainy and cloudy, but like inside my heart is just so full of love, and I'm just so like I just woke up on a great path this morning and felt like so revived and refreshed because I just took a stance even like on my health, and even whether it's my health or like my well-being, my emotional and mental well-being, like letting go of some things that was holding me down, like paperwork, like having a task to be complete and that wasn't complete, like just releasing that, and then like being able to wake up and meditate, feeling a sense of refresh. Like it makes me think like, why do you leave the house without charging yourself? Like we won't even leave the house with our phone uncharged. Like why leave your home like not charged, not generated? And then even in the course of the day, of course you have things and your battery starts to get low, just like our phones get low.
Deacon Hawks is about chronic illness.
Yes.
One day we're all getting older. I'll be 55 this year, April. Yes, hallelujah.
All right.
So glad I got this far. But, there's times that I wake up in the morning and I'm like, well, that's new? It could be a headache. It could be my eyes. Right now, my eyesight is acting up a little bit, so I may need to get some new glasses. And I just got these new glasses. But, there's a lot of things, and I know, Lisa, you said you made your doctor's appointment, and I'm making all of mine to make sure, to get my little tune up. I feel good right now, just to make sure everything is right with me. But a lot of times when we get to the doctors, we're a little anxious. We don't know what to ask. Even when the doctors ask, well, what are you here for? Well, I'm here to get a well check. So we're having a program, hopefully we're working on it for this spring, and it's called Taking Control of Your Health. It's a chronic disease self-management program, CDSMP, and it is run by the Atlantic Prevention Resources. I'm so excited about this one and many other things, because one of our goals is to bring resources to our community so that we can help our community, whether it's our seniors, whether it's our youth, everybody, to understand how to grow older better, how to grow older healthier. The objective of taking control of your health, addressing physical and psychological effects of chronic disease, educating to participants about the importance of exercising, proper nutrition, and using medication appropriately, assisting participants in communicating effectively with family, friends, and health professionals. Those things are so important, and we'll cover a lot of these things. This is a 6 weekly sessions, and they last 2 hours, but they may be the best 2 hours of your life, so that you can stay healthy. I will give you more information, because we'll still be on the radio by the time we get this started. The where, the when, hopefully at Second Baptist Church, and what time we're going to have it. Because we're having it mostly for seniors, we're going to try to have it early in the day so that we can not have our seniors trying to get home late at night. And we'll have food. We always have food, so I'm looking forward to that, even for myself. And there's some other different programs we're going to have, Walking for Wellness, where you get out and walk. You don't have to walk miles. You just have to walk a little bit. Because I know sometimes when I walk to the corner, I'm like, woo, haven't done that in a while, because I have a car. That's my real life. That's my real life. I work in an office. I work at Second Baptist Church as the administrative assistant for the pastor. And most times I'm sitting at my desk. Sometimes I have to run around the church and run up some steps and like, woo, okay, got my exercise in. But I know that is not enough. That is not enough. I must do more. I must do it with a purpose. That's what I need to work on. And maybe there's some other folks that are like me that would like to do the same thing. So we'll keep you informed as to when we're going to do this. You just reach out to me. You can call me at Second Baptist Church. You can reach out to me at ACMC Awareness Program on Facebook. I'm always around.
That's right. And listen, you determine. You listen. I just want to be clear about some things. You don't have to, like, we equate old with aches and pains and all this stuff. So we get this implanted in our mind that this is just how it is. We're older. We're getting older. Yeah. Listen, you can change your mind about all that and change the way that you interact with, whether it's exercise, whether it's walking. You don't have to do all this excessive aerobic stuff, but our body is made for motion. Mm-hmm. Our bodies are made for connection. Our bodies we're designed, this whole experience as a human is designed for us to have interaction. Like, I was just thinking as I was sitting at my desk today, how did people live way past 100? That was so normal. No, and active. Mm-hmm. They weren't like all crippled and walking. No, they was active.
Well, they had to hunt for their food.
Well, they did.
Lopez, she's 50 and she looks like she's
yes, she looked. So that old myth of my mother just exposed how old she is, and she looks nothing like a 70-year-old. Like, she's nothing like that. So that old decrepitating person, that does not have to be. We have the power. We have the gift. Like, God has given us this gift of, like, being able to. He is our healer. Mm-hmm. And so why should I think decrepitating? Like, why should I think, oh my God, this must mean I'm old and I'm this. Like, this is part of who I am. And we have such examples of people who are of 50 and older, mm-hmm. that show, like, what 50 and older can look like compared to what it looked like even years ago. This is this part of the time that we gotta break. We're not gonna break for hours. But we gotta take that little commercial break. We love you, and we'll see you in about 2 minutes.
2 Peter 1:3 tells us that God has given us everything that we need for life and godliness through our knowledge of Him. I have everything.
I have everything I need. I have everything I need. Thank you, Jesus. I have everything I need.
Because the great I am.
The great I am provides for me. The great I am provides for me.
And your strength is made perfect in my weakness.
All my strength when I am weak. You are my strength when I am weak. You are my strength when I am weak. The great I am provides for me. The great I am provides for me.
And all of my needs are supplied because
The great I am that I am
it's everything.
is everything.
right. We are back. We've come back. Thank you. I'm glad you're still listening. This is Lisa Thomas L. and with Julie Farmer. We're back. We're here every Thursday from 5 to 6. We invite you to join in on the conversation. And we are here also with our caller, Miss Sally Marks, and she's going to join. Oh, I forgot your name. That's terrible. And she's going to join in on our conversation. But we want you to also join in our conversation. Go on our Facebook page live and add in some comments. Throughout this time that we're on the station, we're monitoring the comments, and we'll say your comment online, on air, like live. So join in on this conversation. Speaking of joining in on the conversation, here we have with us Miss Sally Marks.
Speaking of, joining in on the conversation, here we have with us Miss Sally Marks. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, I think I called about 7 times.
Okay. Is that all? 7's a lucky number. 7's a good number.
Sally.
And I said, tonight's not tonight. So I was just going to go back and, hey, how are you all?
Fine,
so
how are you?
I heard you say, Lisa, that you went to the doctor.
Yes. Okay, this is the subject you want to start in on me going to doctors. Yes, I did.
And I heard you all talking about getting old.
No, I don't. Did I say old? I hope I didn't use that word. I didn't say that. I was raised differently. I didn't hear old in my family and my mother.
And I heard somebody say that they were going to be 55.
That would be me.
I will be one day too.
April 24th.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. But anyway, isn't it good that Lisa went to the doctors, that she finally, then I had to call her today to see if she did follow up.
Well, I don't think you went yet.
No, I went. Oh my God! Why don't anybody listen to me? I done told you. I not only went, but I done did everything I needed to do.
Okay.
And I have appointments for tomorrow as well. So yeah, I'm on it.
But she didn't get the results of her blood test because she didn't call them.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I got it yesterday.
So just wanted to chime in and say that life is great, right? No matter what's going on, and that we are spirit beings having a human experience, and that gives us the power to, the power to help other people, and the power to live our best lives, and the power to overcome our thinking with changing our thinking. It'll change our lives, right? And that we can be the role models and the light, the lights that's needed on this earth to encourage other people to do the same. I had the opportunity. This week was challenging. My job is becoming more and more challenging because I'm having more and more people that are coming before me that are young and don't want to live, and just don't have hope, And so, and they don't have hope because they see the adults acting so
hopeless,
crazy, and hopeless, and going to drugs and alcohol and all those things to deal with life, and they're lost in the middle, and their father's going to prison and all those things. But I know that we have to remember that I have to remember that I am the answer to my ancestors' prayers.
Yes.
That's right.
And that no matter what is happening on this planet, no matter who is president of what United States, that what we're experiencing today is nothing compared to what they experienced. And that helps me to stay humble and to call out to my ancestors for help sometimes, or to remember where they came from, and to continue on. And if and those of us that are Christians, or say we are, or have a faith in a God, that there's nothing that we can't do. But it's like we don't sit and wait for God to do things that we, He's already given us what we need so we can step out and be our best people. I love, I'm going to tell you something that I really like how you and Lisa together work, because you have such a soothing voice to me.
Oh, well, I thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I hung up last week. I said, her voice is so soothing. And Lisa's energetic.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's like, rah, 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 rah. You know, she's the cheerleader, and you're like, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what I absolutely love?
And I just love it. It's just beautiful how the two of you work together.
Thank
and
you.
so I hope that the audience does, chime in and tune in and listen to you all and be encouraged, because we have to. My niece started, what's that pastor's name, Lisa, that Joanne goes to church with?
Oh, that's right here in Atlantic
Her
City.
pastor.
He's on the lead.
What's his name?
I can't. Right now, it
What's the
misses
church?
me, but Julie knows him too.
What's the
He's
church?
on lead.
He's on lead. Oh,
He was
Chaplain Eric McCoy,
Eric
Pastor Chaplain Eric McCoy. Yes. He's amazing, and he's going to be on here with us again because he is
good.
one of our programs. Yeah, he really enjoyed when he was here, and you called in.
Yeah, well, he's actually started on Saturday mornings at 6 o'clock. Like you, he has where you call in and have prayer, and people are praying.
Nice.
Whoever wants to join can pray, and I thought that was phenomenal. So I was telling my niece Joanne, who is working with him in that effort. Saturday mornings, I want to sleep, right? But I called in that morning, and they're vigilant about what they're doing. And I said, what an awesome assignment, because that's what we need is prayer. And then after we stop praying, to get up and do something.
Right.
Let the Spirit guide us to do the next thing.
Well, you just gave me a quick shift, and I'm going to take you back when you said, our ancestors, they went through a whole lot more than we're going through now. And knowing that, when I'm going through my little thing, it's so small in comparison. So it makes it that much easier to say, and no, that's nothing in comparison to even what my parents went through. And their parents went through, and their parents. So I thank you for that. I thank you, because it just made me think about a whole lot of things. It made me think about my wake up, when I wake up in the morning, and what I should be more grateful for than what's my day going to be like,
That's right.
So I needed to hear that for myself.
Well, good. And, I have... my family, we do a lot of genealogy, and so I found it real interesting that I've always had an interest in working with people that are in trouble. Always. I was a parole officer in Atlantic City at some point, and in Camden and in Newark. And I just had a love for that. And now I work with people that have DWI issues that are, quite a few things. And so what we found out is that my great-grandfather was locked up here in North Carolina. In fact, in Warren County, he was locked up for looking at a white woman, they said. And so they locked him up for 30 days. When he got out of jail, out of the Wake County jail, he went home, and the Klan came, and needless to say, they dragged him out, and he was never seen again. My great-grandmother at the time was mulatto. She was mixed, and heaven only knows what they did to her, but she ended up in a mental institution. And died maybe when she was in her 70s. My grandmother was 14 years old and raised her brother as her child with my grandfather that she eventually married, who was substantially much older than her. So I said that to say this. So when I found that information out, I said, oh, Papa, that's why I'm into helping other people get out of jail, because within my loins is him.
Yes.
So the answer to his prayer, maybe while they was dragging him, hanging him, whatever they did to him, was maybe one day my children will have to experience this.
Yes.
Or my they were thinking ahead that one day it's not going to be like this for mine, and we're the answers to that to those prayers. So when I get somebody out of trouble, when I say, listen, this is how you do this, this is how you stay out of jail, I, every time I do it, I say I help somebody else, Papa. I help somebody else, Papa. You know, so just having that connection. Now, to some people that may sound weird, but within our very being are their hopes and dreams within us.
That's right. That's right. And that's what it's about, like keeping that hope alive. You know, that sounds real cliche, but it's keeping that hope alive. And how do we keep that hope alive? We keep that hope alive starting with ourselves. Because like you said, if our young is feeling hopeless, and I remember a time of feeling hopeless. I remember a time of feeling like, you know, I'm done with this. What's my purpose in life and all that stuff. And having to go navigate through that. Not even knowing how to navigate through it, but like having to navigate through it, like whether it was through counseling or whatever services was available or whatever I was introduced to. But still, that emptiness or that feeling that came in within me that made me feel like I didn't deserve to live. You know, and I did as a youngster, even caused harm to myself. But like being able to be in a position now of understanding, like there's some there's that growing up process that happens, and like and at some point sometimes you may not even hear it. Like I go in people's homes and I talk to people's families and their kids, and I can give the same advice that their mother or their father gave, and they just looking at them like, oh mom, you don't know what you're talking about, or oh dad, you don't know what you're talking about. And I can give them the same advice, and I'm like the greatest person in the world. You know, but I'm just reaffirming what's being said, but it might be just coming from somebody else. Like being open to sometimes allowing the help to help us. It takes, I always stick to it, it takes a village to raise a child. So it takes a village. Like it's not just, oh, it's me, mine, and that's it. We're going to, you know, I'm going to hold it real tight, and nobody's going to get it, and this is the way we're going to do it. No, it takes a village, and like allowing, and there are so many resources, there's so many things that will come in alignment to what we think somebody else needs. Like sometimes I want to save everybody. I want to fix everything, and then I get removed, whether it's removed because my phone died or something happened or whatever the case may be, and then something else interjects because I have now been removed from the situation. So just opening our hearts and allowing, like, there's so much help. There's so much, like with this technology and everything out here, we're so much more advanced. However, how advanced are we really?
Yeah, I heard, I was listening to We Have Gospel radio station, and I was listening to T.D. Jakes, and he was speaking of God knowing your heart and giving you the things and giving you the assignments according to what he knows. And I had to look up the scripture, and it's Jeremiah 17:10. It says, I, the Lord, search the heart and test the mind to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his deeds. And for me, it's like when I know the position that I hold now, again, I'm the administrative assistant at Second Baptist Church, and I knew what my life was before I even started there, and things that I've done. So when God chose me and he trusts me, and he gave me that position to work directly under the leader of a church, it's like, wow. When you say that what you do is based on your past life and based on what your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents went through, God knew to trust you with that. You know, he knew your heart and what you would do with that position because of what your family had gone through. And I love that story too. I love my story. I love knowing that God trusts me trust me and Lisa, mind you, because, you know, when we met, I saw her and I was like, look at this beautiful redhead girl, you know, and it was amazing how she went from being someone I met at a barbecue to being my supervisor to now being my sister friend, and us being in this position and doing what we're doing right now, because he trusts us to do it and to do it well and to do it according to his will and to his way. And, you know, we help a lot of people that are in addiction. We help a lot of families to kind of understand what's going on around them, to kind of make it easier for them to deal with. Not totally easy, but a little, give them a little bit of comfort, and that touches me a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot.
And I know the intentions that are set. We understand that this is a Christian radio station. It's Christ-centered, Christian community focused. We definitely understand that. So I'm always like looking in and saying like God does know our hearts. He knows every speck of hair on our heads. Like He knows our thoughts before we even think them. So when I understand that, like I also understand like He knows the desires of my heart as well, and so He understands like So I rest in all of that, knowing that I really don't have to be angry. I really don't. I can choose to just be grateful. So when you know that in your heart of hearts, how about trying out a lot of gratitude?
Yes.
And so when you wake up in the morning, I'm going to give you this assignment. When you wake up in the morning, what are you grateful for? Instead of like what I got to do list, what am I grateful for today? When you go to bed tonight, like what am I grateful for that happened today? How was I able to impact somebody's life? Wow, I'm grateful today for being able to get on these airwaves and share with the listeners. I'm grateful for the day for the opportunity to just be among some greatness and feel like, wow, we can make a difference. To share somebody just a little hope that somebody might be out there contemplating like, what is my life really about? Like just to be able to give somebody just a little message, a little spark of hope to say, wow, your greatness is awaiting you. Your greatness is within you, and it's just waiting for you to embrace it. It's just waiting for you to just step up, stand up, and into that greatness. And sometimes it may feel foreign. Sometimes it may feel like this is not really me. This is not what I do. But listen, this is who you are.
Yeah.
If you feeling uncomfortable, change is uncomfortable. And, change the way you look at it. If I'm looking at it like, oh my God, it's so hard to change. Like, you know what's hard about it? It's staying the same. Sitting, stewing in like, well, I can't do this because, I was dealt these cards. Or I can't do this because, I don't have this ability. I can listen, look at the abilities that you have. Be grateful for what you do have. And like stand in that knowing. If we say, oh, I know Christ, or I love Christ, and like God's got me, like stand in that. Know that. That's what faith is about. I'm standing in what I know to be true. I know that's true. So, like, I'm going to stand forth and I'm going to do what I need to do. Just take the steps. And, yep, is it going to be uncomfortable? Absolutely. It's going to feel uncomfortable. And that's when, you're making that shift. Because it starts to become uncomfortable. I see your lips looking like you got something to say.
Yes. I always do. Auntie Sally, before we release Lisa, or unleash Lisa, I just have one question. When you hear your baby, Lisa Thomaselle, tell her story, when she was young and where she is now. How does that make you feel? Because this is your baby. You birthed her.
That's a good question. I have mixed feelings.
Okay.
But that's fine.
She always stir up stuff. Go ahead with your mixture.
Feelings because, as is obvious, her father and I both had our addiction.
Okay.
Her father died in his addiction. But the Lord allowed him to be clean for the last days of his life because he was that sick. He couldn't do anything else. And then, of course, I was on drugs, and she was raised by my mother-in-law and her father. But I always loved Lisa. Lisa was, I couldn't be a mom because I didn't know how to be a mom. And because I didn't have a mother. My mother died when I was 19 months old, and the lady who raised me was real me. And but and the reason why I stopped using drugs is because Lisa was my motivation. She was a baby, but my husband said, her dad said, I'm going to marry this girl, and I'm going to take her to Australia. And I literally ran. I was on 110 milligrams of methadone at the time. I was one of the guinea pigs in Camden. And literally ran about 3 miles to the clinic. And I said, detox me, get me off these drugs now. And they took me down 5 milligrams a day. And to the point where my bones ached. But she was my motivation. And my hope was that my prayer for my kids was, when I was left in the park to die, beaten up by one of them crazy jokers I dealt with, my prayer was, Lord, don't let my children go through what I've been through. And I ain't hear, wasn't a burning bush. I ain't hear no noise or anything. And the man came back and got me, whatever. But that was my prayer from my heart. So when I hear people talk about mothers who are just like animals, or they don't care nothing about this, you don't know what that mother is experiencing.
That's right.
When she's high or not high. Because we're not cats and dogs. We have children, and we love them, but sometimes we don't know how to express that love if we've never had it ourselves.
Right.
So I'm grateful for where the Lord has taken Lisa.
Yes.
And I oftentimes hear her say when she was, when John Brooks was alive, God rest his soul, and he told me, because I was living in North Carolina, and he told me, and I said, John, I was concerned about Lisa's using, and I was saying, you got to help her, you got to help her. He said, Sally, this is none of your business.
You told me that.
I said, okay, none of my business. He said, this is none of your business. And I thought I was going to have a heart attack. The point I wanted to make is when I said to Lisa, this is what she said that I said that helped her. The same God that looked out
yes,
for you.
she says it, yes.
Glory is looking, the same God that looked out for me is looking out for you.
Well,
yes.
And I put in that faith that Lisa's talking about, that he will. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know when he's going to do it, but he did it. And like now, I see Lisa, she reminds me of her dad a lot. He was such a philosopher. He didn't get the gift of recovery. He didn't get it on this side. But I know that he wanted Lisa to get it, and she got it.
Yep.
So it's an honor. It's an honor, and I don't know where life is going to take us. Because how she sees her childhood and how I see her and what she went through, because I couldn't look at her go through the stuff she went through. I'm going to tell you this one last story and I'm going. It's when she was getting high one time and I was taking a shower and I was on my way to Jersey. And the Spirit said, Lisa got high last night. I said, and I came to Atlantic City and I saw her and I said, so you got high last night? And she was mad, had an attitude. She said, what did God tell you that? Yeah, he did. Yeah. And then later on, she went on to tell me how horrific that night was. God is amazing. You know what I mean? And if we can begin the process of trusting him with our lives and our children's lives, because he builds on our faith. The scripture tells us, I love Jeremiah, he said, I knew you before you was formed in your mother's womb.
Yes. That's right.
What? So you put the word desire itself means, D means of, sire means father. So the very fact that the dreams that we have in us, he put in us.
Yes.
So I'm amazed at what Lisa's doing, and I'm amazed at what she will do because I see more for her.
Yes.
Much more. Yeah. Don't get old. Don't talk get old.
Okay, I promise you. I'm going to change my language.
Don't listen to them folks. Change that. Right. You having birthdays. That's what you're doing. You just having birthdays, girl.
Yes.
That's
all right.
That's right. That's right. And then that's our favorite little thing. Like I because I had a couple more birthdays, I've learned some things, and there's some wisdom in that. And so, thank you. And thank you for even that right reminder, because there's somebody out here right now who is struggling and people think that like sometimes we discard them as this inhuman soul. We don't even look at them as a soul. Like this, they just inhuman. But reminding us that like they have a soul and they are human, and like they pray. Yes. I remember my prayers. I remember praying while I was using, so like remembering like just share the love. And that's we got in this last couple of minutes I just want to share this a message of hope. Like life is possible. No matter what your struggles are, no matter what you're going through, life is possible. You do not have to do this by yourself. You don't have to do this all alone. You can there's services out here. There's 12-step programs. There's treatment facilities out here. There's programs that we're presenting to offer you even more reassurance and support. There's talking about exercise. There's gyms for us to go to, like to just explore to do better with our own health. So if I'm taking care of me, then I'm able to take care of more of you, and then if we're taking care of us, then we're able to take more care of the world. Yeah. So with that, we will see you next week, same time.
Thursday at 5 o'clock.
Thursday at 5 o'clock. Please join in. If you like this, share it with somebody. Somebody that needs a little hope. Share this on Facebook with them. We love you. Have a phenomenal evening.
Hawks Janitorial Contractors Corp. was established in 1987 by husband and wife team William and Elaine Hawks. Our motto is a great job at a fair price.